Hello, I'm Carrie Skromme with BakeMark. Today we're going to be showing you how to take our Boiron Fruit Purees and make a traditional scratch mousse using gelatin, our purees, and whipped topping, and then also taking that same mousse and creating an elegant finished dessert. This is shipped frozen, it's all natural, no preservatives. Here's a container. This one happens to be our raspberry that I'm going to use today of the Boiron Puree. So what you can do to extend the shelf life is take the package right from the freezer, peel off the seal, release it from its container, invert it, and then flip it out like an ice cube tray. I can slice off what I need, weigh out my portion, and put the remainder back in the freezer so it stays frozen and preserves my shelf life. Now that we've thawed the puree that we're going to use in our formula, we're going to use just these ingredients plus some gelatin sheets. Gelatin sheets are preferred by many pastry chefs over a powdered gelatin because these are easier to weigh out. Gelatin sheets come in 3 strengths, gold, silver, and bronze. Bronze is the universally approved, but I can't just add them like this into my recipe. I need to bloom them or rehydrate. So in order for me to use these in my formula, I want to bloom them in ice cold water. Even tepid or lukewarm water is going to cause the gelatin to start to break down and you're going to lose its strength or its binding properties. So I have a container of ice cold water here, and I'm just going to cut my gelatin in half so it fits, and just place the sheets into the cold water. As you notice, I just separate them so they don't stick together. They will start to soften in just a matter of minutes. When these are rehydrated, all I'm going to do is take them out of the water, wring out the excess, and use them in my formula. I don't have to add any additional liquid where you have to with a powdered gelatin. Now that my gelatin has been sitting for about 2 minutes, it should be nicely bloomed and ready to use. I want to wring out the excess water. Now if I just place this in my puree cold, it's never going to dissolve. So I've already bloomed my gelatin. Now I'm going to dissolve it in my warm puree. My puree does not need to be boiling, just needs to be warm enough to melt the gelatin. We want to fully dissolve this gelatin. We don't want to have any lumps of gelatin in the final product. Mousse should be light and airy, free from texture. So now we can see that my puree is smooth, the gelatin is fully melted, and the temperature, if I can just feel the side of the bowl, it's not too hot because I am going to fold in some whipped cream. If this were boiling and I threw in my gelatin, you would need to wait until it cooled down to room temperature before folding in your cream. My gelatin is completely dissolved. So now I'm going to fold in my cream. If you notice the consistency, I want a nice, soft, but medium peak for my cream. If my cream is under whipped, I'm not going to get the body in my mousse. If my cream is over whipped, I'm going to have lumps of air pockets. I want to make sure that I fully incorporate the cream, not leaving any streaks. Now that I have a nice smooth mousse, I'm ready to go. I'm going to show you 2 applications today. One is by taking the mousse and piping it into a mini mousse mold or a frame. I've lined this with acetate. You can place cake at the bottom, you can place cupcakes, fresh fruit. I'm going to mold them empty today so that I can place them on a desired base. I want to start all the way at the bottom, squeeze all the way to the top. If you move your piping bag around, you're going to have air pockets. Now we want to smooth off the top. We want to create a nice flat surface. It's best if you can freeze the mousse for at least an hour to 3 hours so that when you peel off the acetate, it'll remove cleanly. When they're set, I'm going to glaze them with our mirror gel and top them with some fresh fruit. So now we're going to take that same mousse that we made and finish off a plate of dessert. So here I have a chocolate mousse that I'm going to place on my plate. I'm going to take some blackberry and some raspberry purees that I've turned into a sauce and use them to decorate. So using the same mousse that we'd used for our mini mousse molds, we're going to make a traditional French quenelle. I take just a silver spoon that I've dipped in warm water. I go ahead and place the mousse towards the edge of my bowl, and I'm going to cut my spoon and create my egg-shaped mousse. Let's do that one again. Using the hottest water that you can, dip your silver spoon and then curl your mousse up the side of the bowl. So now let's put some fresh fruit and some chocolate decorations. In addition to making scratch mousses that we've done today, you can use the Boiron Fruit Purees to make glazes for donuts. You can add them to your cupcake icings. You can also use them for your confection fillings as well as pâte à fouet. They create beautiful, fresh, light desserts for your bake shop. For more information, please visit our website at yourbakemark.com. Thank you for watching.